What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am the King Koopa. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate all you guys' support. We got another little video on the black truck. We're slowly starting to wrap up all the mods on her, but we're going a little crazy with this video, so we are going to be getting a roll cage installed. We ordered a pre-bent cage from S&W Race Cars, which it was a nice kit. Those guys are pretty great to talk to on the phone. We are going to be taking the truck and dropping it off at a local, well-known fabricator. He is going to be installing the outriggers to connect off the frame so the roll cage can mount to it, and he is going to weld all that up for me. This is one of those projects that I would have liked to tackle myself, being as almost every single thing I do to my vehicles is all a DIY. But seeing that it is for safety, it's probably best to let the professionals deal with all that, especially since I am really busy right now. So sometimes it's just easier to drop the truck off, get it back a couple days later, and keep carrying on with the rest of the build. So that's what we're going to do. There is one issue that did arise because we got the cage installed, so make sure you stay to the end. Let me know what you would do in my situation. So let's jump into it, guys, and to save myself a little bit of money, we're going to pull the interior out except for the driver's seat. That way we can still drop it off at the fabricator. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get it. We just got off work and we're about to go drop the truck off. We got the main hoop in the bed. The rest of it is in my girl's car over there, and that is because it was actually supposed to rain today, and it hasn't yet, so we got lucky. So we're about to head over there, drop the truck off at the shop, and head home. Normally carpool, but gotta do what you gotta do to get the work truck going.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the King Koopa.
Too bad I didn't start my intro in the car, or else I could have used that. That's the King Koopa. So we just got the call from the fabricator. He said the roll cage is finished. It took him about 5 days to do it. He said he had like 22 or 23 hours wrapped up into it. So I'm pretty excited. I'm really hoping this thing turned out really well. I haven't seen any pictures of it yet, so how do you think the roll cage is going to turn out, baby?
I think it's going to be great. I'm really excited for it. Why are you laughing? This is an interview. You're very unprofessional.
This is like take 42. So what do you think the roll cage is going to look like, baby?
I think it's going to look great. The guy you're having doing it is awesome. I want to restart. What's his name?
Take number 942. What do you think the roll cage? Take number 943. All right, one more time. Ready? From the top. What do you think the roll cage is going to look like, baby?
It's going to look great.
So, what'd you think? Did you like it? Because I like it. I think this thing is pretty sick. It turned out really great. I mean, the bends are great, the welds are great. It honestly just looks sick. I'm super happy with it. So, a quick overview of the cage. All four corners go down through the cab, and they have outriggers coming off the frame that the roll cage is mounted to. So those are incredibly strong, really structural. And then we have two inside supports that do go down to the inside of the cab, and that mounts directly to the cab. So we do have 6 points of contact, and that is going to help strengthen the main hoop of the cage for when you do use the swing out bars, which is another option we chose to go with. Some swing out bars. So instead of having to jump over the bar every single time, which I'm primarily going to do, which is what I've really been doing this whole entire time, we do have the option to use these swing out bars. So you pull the pin, and then you can pull the bar out. Boom. Now my girl can get in the passenger seat, close the bar, shove the pin through, and we're ready to roll. Honestly, the easiest way for me is just to jump over the bar. Boom, just like that, and we're in. Obviously, it's not the most graceful. It's not very easy, especially if I have my coffee cup in my hand heading to work. Then it's definitely a challenge. But getting out can be just as fun or a pain in the butt. Depending on what kind of attitude you got, I guess. So when I normally get in, I kind of jump over the cage, but sometimes you don't have the energy and you can kind of like slinky over. The bar does kind of ride up your bum a little bit, so you got to watch out for that. There we go. So there's all three ways to get in. You got the swing out bars, you can jump over the bar, or you can just slide over the bar. But the placement of this bar is pretty spot on. I think it's right in the perfect location because you can still reach down here, use your seat controls, and then when you do have the door closed, you can still open and close the door handle. Some people don't think about that when they put their roll cage in. You go to close the door, and then your door handle hits the cage, and then you can't get out. Also, another thing, we still have manual windows, so it does get a little tight down at the bottom of the handle. So instead of just rolling it with the fat hand, you can kind of turn your hand into a little slit and you can just run it down like that. So it still works out perfect. I didn't want to do the electric window swap, but I foresee maybe possibly doing the electric window swap just because the cage hitting, and it is kind of a pain in the butt to try to roll down the passenger side window. So that's also another thing too. So I don't know. A bunch of people have asked me over the last couple of years I've been on YouTube to do an electric window swap. So you might get it. I'm not sure yet. Stay tuned for that, though. Got to hit the subscribe button. So at the beginning of the video, I did tell you that there was a slight issue with the cage. Everything looks great. I was super happy with it. And the main issue is that these factory seats, which I really wanted to keep because I think they look great, the seatbelt assembly is connected on the back of the seat, and that actually hits the main hoop back here, which pushes the seat forward and doesn't allow me to slide back and recline all the way, which, I mean, kind of obvious. You know, you put a cage in it, it's going to close in the space that you have, but it's a lot closer than what I'm really comfortable with. It kind of hurts my foot on like long drives because I have to constantly pick my leg up to use the brake instead of just switching it over, and sitting upright, having a more natural, appropriate posture isn't as comfortable for me. I like to lay back just a little bit more, so I kind of feel like I'm eating the steering wheel a little bit. I know it looks like I have plenty of space in here, but normally, you know, your hands kind of sitting here when you're driving on the steering wheel, so it's just a little bit closer than what I'm used to. It's going to take a little bit to get adjusted to it, which is why I thought about buying racing seats. So that is another option too. I really didn't want to get too aggressive. I know we're slowly going away from the work truck and turning it more into a race truck, and I'm trying to wrap this truck up, so I don't really want it to be the race truck. I just want it to be a fun toy. I think racing seats would definitely be cool. So there's only a couple things with that. It's going to be like $2,000 because I was looking between Corbu's and some Brom seats, so they're about $1,000 for a pair. And I don't want just one racing seat. If I'm going to do it, I might as well do it right and put both racing seats in. So those are like $1,000 to $1,100. Got free shipping with them. And then on top of that, I was going to go with the Atomic Fab seat brackets. Those are like $400. Get the King Koopa engraved into the side of them. And then on top of that, to get some SFI approved 5-point harnesses are like $200 each. So we're really looking about $2,000 just to swap over to racing seats, which even then is still, I don't know if it's going to be as comfortable as it is now. These seats are pretty comfy. Racing seats hug you just a little bit more. And like I could get the wide ones, but then it's going to be really close to the cage. So there's a lot of what ifs. So I don't really want to spend all that kind of money and then the seats don't fit, or I still spend that money and then the seats aren't as comfortable. There are some more relaxed racing seats and they're not so aggressive. A lot of people have said that they're pretty comfortable. So it's definitely an option kind of weighing on my mind right now. I think I already have like 12 people lined up to buy these seats. I posted one thing on Instagram about racing seats, on which seat on what seat that they think I should buy or what looks the coolest, and I had like 12 people message me that they're like, I'll buy the seats, I'll come get them today. So selling the seats, definitely no problem, but I don't know if I want the racing seats or not. So that's kind of what's my dilemma right now. The cage is sweet, I'm really happy with it. If we do go with the racing seats and the 5-point harnesses, then we'll have to add an extra harness bar back here coming off the main hoop and then connecting down here to the center support bar. I cannot do that right now until we buy the racing seats because that harness bar has to be within a certain height and measurement of where the shoulder straps are going to go. So everything's just kind of up in the air right now. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but we're definitely making progress right now. So the frame of the truck is officially underbed notched and it looks great. I'm super happy with it. And the truck bed is getting painted right now. So we already ordered our wheel spacers. So as of right now, we're not going to go with different wheels. We're just going to keep the ones we got just to save a little bit of money. But later down the road, we will be able to fit a 14.5 wide tire inside those quadra steer fenders, which is pretty sweet. So anyways, let me know what you think. Should I go with the racing seats or not? So what do you think? Shoot me some pros and cons down in the comments below. Should I go with the racing seats, keep the factory seats? And don't tell me I should get racing seats just so you could buy these seats. It's about to rain right now, so let's pull the truck into the garage and then wrap this video up. My neighbors hate me. And that is a wrap on this video. The cage turned out great. Let me know in the comments what you think and to help me with my dilemma. So thank you guys so much for showing all your support and all the love you guys have done. So stay tuned for the rest of the build of the black truck. We got a lot of stuff going on for it. As you can see right now, the SS bumper is no longer on there. The new one's getting painted. We got honeycomb grills going on there. We also got the flip kit for the rear, and we're doing coilover conversion in the front. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll catch you in next week's video. Peace.